In China, CCP can just take your property out and get you out. It's so dangerous. Hello there, this is Yamamoto Toshihiko from Yamamoto Property Advisory in Japan. Today I'm going to share some of the essentials about the real estate registration in Japan. How is the real estate ownership registered in Japan? How does it work? The real estate registration system is governed by the real estate registration law. It's called Fudosan Tokiho. Fudosan Tokiho registration law. Properties are registered in the real estate register, which gives the basic information of the property and its rights and titles. The registration record can be reviewed at the local affairs bureau. In Japanese, it's called Homukyoku. The registration information can be actually accessed by the internet by paying a small fee. And also you can get a copy of a registration at the local legal affairs bureau by anybody. So you can have access to any properties registered in Japan, even if you don't own it. And what kind of information can you register? There are two sections in the real estate registry: description of the property and the rights of the property. Description of the property mainly shows the address, the area, the space, and the type of land, and also gross floor areas and structure, whether it's a wood or reinforced concrete, RC, steel, etc., and the number of the stories, how many stories are there, or number of the stories of the building. And the term right of the property includes the contents of ownership, superficies, pledges, and most importantly, the mortgages. And the third, where should you go to register the property? As I discussed earlier, the real estate registration is conducted at the local legal affairs bureau, which is under the Ministry of Justice, and you have to go to the local legal affairs bureau where the property exists. So if you buy the property in Tokyo, you have to go to the legal affairs bureau in Tokyo, governing the Tokyo area. And registration, the administration of the registration is quite complex actually. I cannot really, even I specialist, I cannot really conduct because it's complicated and it's involved the law. So you have to hire the specialist. It's kind of a paralegal company. We call it in Japan shihou shoshi. It's kind of paralegal, and usually people outsource that work to the, well, in English called the Judicial Scrivener. So you have to hire a Judicial Scrivener, shihou shoshi, to do your registration work for you on your behalf. And they can be responsible for preparing the documents, necessary documents, and related to the real estate rights registration. You have to pay the fee to them. And Japan's real estate is strictly regulated by the very robust laws. In some of the Asian countries, such as Thailand and Indonesia, foreign nationals are not really allowed to buy the land. You can buy the condominiums, but you cannot really buy the land. Foreign nationals can buy only a condominium, but they cannot really buy a house with land. They're restricted. And in China, for example, all the lands are owned by the Chinese Communist Party. Entire China is owned by the CCP. So even if you buy the property, it's only a leasehold. So I can't believe those investors buying those Chinese properties, because in China, CCP can just take your property out and get you out. It's so dangerous and risky. So don't buy any property in China. I have to tell you, buy the property. If you want to buy some secured property, don't buy China. You have to buy Japan. Japanese properties are strictly regulated by the Japanese government, very stable government. We are not. We don't have any communist party who are wrong. You cannot really trust the Chinese government, right? So unlike China, by registering your property with the Legal Affairs Bureau, your property rights and titles are well protected by the Japanese government, which is one of the most trustworthy government in the world. So look at Mr. Abe, he is more trustworthy. Don't trust Mr. Xi Jinping. Trust Mr. Abe or Japanese people and Japanese government. So if you want to flee your wealth from unstable countries like Middle East, countries like Iraq or Iran or Saudi Arabia or even United States, buy Japan. It's more secured. I'm not really joking. It's a serious business. Okay, that's it for today. See you later. Bye.